You want to learn how to lean that club forward at impact? Do you want to learn how to compress the golf ball like the pros do? Well, you've come to the right place. I'm going to show you how we achieve this, and I'm going to give you a couple drills that you can do to help you achieve this on a regular basis. So stick with me here. So shaft lean, the ability to lean the shaft forward at impact, is a critical part of solid contact in golf. Matter of fact, if you want to play good golf and you want to hit solid golf shots, it's mandatory, okay? But it's very, very difficult to achieve, and especially for the average golfer and the beginners. And I really see my students all going about it kind of incorrectly. So I want to give you what it should look like, okay? And then again, like I said, a couple of drills that you can do. Before we get into that, if you want to learn how to play better golf, you want to learn to score better, hit that subscribe button down there, because that's what I do here on this channel. I give you great golf tips and easy instruction that you can follow to make you play better. All right, so first thing is, how do we achieve shaft lean? How do we do it properly? It has to be done through the pivot, okay? The pivot in golf is the rotating of our body back and forward, and we have to have a great forward swing pivot if we want shaft lean, okay? So what does impact look like? Impact doesn't look like address, and that's where I think a lot of average golfers and beginner type golfers fail. They're trying to return to their address position, and impact is not the same as address. The first thing that's different in impact is our hips are going to be open when we get that club back to the ball, okay? That's the rotate, that's our pivot. Our hips are opening. Our shoulders are going to be square to our target line, or maybe a little bit closed if you have the ability to really get your hips and shoulders separated, okay? So hips are going to be open, shoulders are going to be square, and in that opening of the hips and squaring up those shoulders in this way, that's how we achieve that shaft lean. So let me stick you behind me so you can see what I'm talking about. So here's a still view again of what impact looks like. Our hips are going to open or unwind as they turn. That weight's moving into our left foot. Our shoulders are going to be more square to the target, and our club shaft will lean forward. So why do we need this shaft lean? Okay, there's a couple reasons. If you think about the shaft as a pendulum, okay, if I got that shaft swinging like a pendulum, and if I stop this shaft on the way down or leaning forward, that shaft is going to be accelerating because it's falling and gravity's pulling on it. So we want to hit the golf ball with a shaft that's accelerating. So the only way we can hit the ball with a shaft that's accelerating is if that shaft is leaning forward. Because if I stop that pendulum on the way up, that shaft is now decelerating. It's now moving up and gravity's pulling against it. So we always want to make sure that we're hitting the ball with a shaft leaning forward, which is accelerating. Okay? The other thing that happens and why we want that shaft to lean forward is because it shows more of the face of the club to the golf ball. I mean, if we get that shaft lean backwards, I mean, you're going to hit the ball down here on the bottom of the leading edge. So to get more of the face on the ball, we have to lean the shaft forward, okay? And then the last thing is if we want to compress the golf ball, which is hitting the ball against the ground, again, that shaft has to be leaned forward. So all good things happen when we lean the shaft forward. So here's the first little drill that I want you to do, and you can do this one at home or anywhere. I just want you to put yourself in that position. Take a golf club and get set up like you're going to hit a shot, okay? And then just let your hips open as you're feeling your shoulders stay square. And as your hips open, look what my hands are doing. They're moving forward, okay? So there is my impact position. So what's the mistake that I see most of my golfers do? They're all trying to do it with their arms. They're trying to come in and they're always trying to hold that lean, hold that lag with their arms and their hands. One bad thing that happens is it keeps the face open. They always hit the ball to the right when they do that. But then the second thing is that we're not really strong enough to hold that shaft lean with our arms and our hands. The golf club ends up weighing a bunch in the downswing. It builds momentum and it builds mass. So it has to be done with the pivot, okay? Now, another thing that happens with the pivot, I'm going to turn myself sideways here, is if when that hip clears out of the way, this way, it creates a lot of room over here for me to allow the club to swing, which that club is going back on plane, okay? So that hip clearance is creating that forward leaning shaft, but it's also creating lots of room for my club to continue to swing going forward. If I don't get those hips out of the way, again, my arms and my club are gonna tend to go more towards the target line. My arms are gonna fold up. So there's a great little tip for you to do at home. Just get set up and just keep putting yourself in that proper impact position. Your brain will then start to develop a feel for that you can then repeat when you get to the golf ball. Now, my second drill is involving hitting a golf ball. And I've had this drill on several videos, and I repeat this drill again because it's a great one and it's very simple to do. It's very simple to set up, which makes golfers actually willing to do it. I just take a towel and I fold it up, a couple of times and just lay it on the ground behind the ball. I've got that towel just a little bit over a grip's length behind the golf ball. And now I just want to stand in here and hit balls. If I throw the club head, lose my lag, okay, club gets too low to the ground too fast, I'm going to hit the towel. So in order for me to miss this towel, I have to let my weight move into my front foot, and I've got to let that shaft lean forward. Okay, let me give it a try. And again, first swing of the day, I should always hit a few balls to warm up, but I'm going to trust the fact that I can do this. Okay, missed the towel, hit the ball, brushed the ground. Didn't make a big divot, but I did brush the ground. So there's a really, really great simple drill for you to do at the driving range that's going to start teaching you how to lean that shaft forward. And I highly suggest that you go slow when you first start doing this drill, that you don't stand out here and go full bore. Well, I should have had the shot tracer on that one. That was beautiful, okay? That first swing was a warm-up. Second swing was good. Ball sitting there, hit the ball, then the ground, compressing the golf ball because I had shaft lean. Well, there you have it. Two very simple drills that you can do to achieve something that's very difficult in the golf swing, and that's shaft lean and compressing the golf ball. Well, I hope y'all like this video. If you've done these drills and it really helps you out, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear your response to these videos. And again, like I said earlier, if you want to learn to play better golf, if you want to lower your scores, then you want to subscribe to my channel, because this is what I do here. I teach you about how to play golf and ways to improve your swing. Plus, I throw a little bit of travel in there, which makes it a little bit fun. I just got back from Scotland and Ireland. You might want to go check out a few of the courses that I played. It was great. Well, listen, y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.